Hello, welcome back to Ignite. I am Lightning and I'm here with the co host. What is your name?
Sandra.
Yes, this is Sombra. Hello, nice to meet
I got put on the spot.
you. She said, I don't answer questions on the spot like that. I get uncomfortable quickly. And she turned red very quick.
Run away from the questions.
Okay, well, first of all, I want to say I'm sorry. We tried, the last podcast was Desiree. She had her own show that day. I thought we only have two microphones, so I thought I'd be smart and try to hook up my PlayStation headset, which is a USB, and these are auxiliaries. Teehee, it did not work. It only picked up her audio and it canceled out our microphones. So they didn't hear anything that we fucking said.
It's okay. Desiree had her own show. It's cool. It's cool.
She had her own show. She truly had her own show. She was a star, but I really liked having her on. She's funny as hell. I just wish that everybody could have heard the full conversation. Because,
It was
oops,
good.
it was a good. We were deep talking and chilling about the Black Lives Matter movement, which we are not going to discuss any further. Although, like, part of me is like, I want to keep talking about it because it is an important problem,
It's something that's happening that's important.
but I don't want that to be like the only thing people hear. And I know that's like weird that yes, it's important and we should
No,
speak
yeah.
about it, but I feel like so many people are already speaking about it, and us adding our opinions is just going to confuse. The thing is like when I hear multiple people talk about it, and like you get all different sides of it, but we've already declared our side as the hey, if you're going to protest, be careful and don't riot, because I understand like oh like things can be replaced, lives can't, but you're also ruining lives of people who work in those businesses when you destroy stuff like that.
The whole looting and violence of these riots and protesting is not something I stand for because
No.
you're destroying your community. Like you're destroying where you live, and if you're traveling to a different community, you're destroying somebody else's community. Like somebody like old people. Old people like to take walks. They
Yeah.
like that's their part of the routine. You're destroying that. Like you got to keep in mind, like protest all you want. I mean, we need to get this shit out here. It needs to be heard. It needs to be changed. But the violence needs to stop.
Yeah, violence isn't gonna. And Desiree does have a point. She posted on Facebook like being peaceful has never really solved anything. And I'm like, I understand that, but that was a long time ago, and we've evolved as a community. But unfortunately, we still have people that are looting and killing, and that's never gonna stop.
Yeah.
Stuff like that is never gonna stop. But racism, it can. It's
needs
gone
to
on
stop.
for way too long.
It needs to stop. We're in 2020. Like people are getting sex changes. Why can't we just stop
New
racism?
decade, bitch. Like the
Like,
fuck.
yeah.
Like, and I do feel for the black community because they see, like, don't get me wrong, they can get married, they can do all this, and by the way, happy Pride Month. I've never celebrated Pride Month. I'm just not.
Into that.
I'm happy with who I am. I don't feel the need to march for it if I already have it, and I get that it's a celebration. I'm gonna celebrate on my own time. Plus, I don't need a lot of people I know that are gay go to Pride Month to like find a partner that has the same beliefs of hey, we're gonna celebrate this shit, and I'm like, I just fucked my husband in bed. Like that's all I'm gonna do on Pride Day is like good night.
That's all I'm gonna do.
They're like, okay, I'm done, good night. That's all I plan on really doing is. I understand people like do whatever you want, go march, like wave your flag, whatever. I'm just not about that. I don't like people, so I stay home.
Big crowds. I would run away. If I saw a big crowd coming. I'd be like, oh my god.
They frighten me. I'm like, this is too many damn
I'd
people.
be like, there's people.
A lot of
What
fucking.
if one of them talks to me and I don't know my name?
Honestly, I'm like,
Look at
oh
my name.
hi. I'm like, what's your name?
I'd be like, I don't know. I don't know.
Hi.
I'm scared.
Hi. Fucking Jesus Christ. But again, I do feel for the black community because they had to not have to, but they watched gay rights change to where we can now get married. But now the lovely Oompa Loompa of the United States is trying to, I don't know if you heard, trying to say that adoption agencies should have the right to refuse a gay couple adopting.
See, that's stupid.
That
That
goes
really
against
stupid.
what we fought for, to have equal rights as a gay community to be treated as any other couple. Plus, if that child's going to a loving home, what does the sex matter?
Yeah, I would rather a child that is less fortunate go to a gay couple than go to a foster home where the foster parents don't give a crap
You
about
got
them.
people out here, crack babies, not crack babies, but crack mamas, having babies. And I'm like, look, And I get so pissed about it. Like people I go to high school with are having kids, and I'm like, first of all, you are a trash fucking human being,
Mhm.
and you can have a kid, but just because I don't have the womb to
I know
carry the
that.
child, and I get more mad at it because like I go through all the pains, not like labor, but the cramps and the bloat. I grow, so you've seen me grow. Like my stomach gets huge to where I waddle. I need help standing up because if I sit down, I can back up.
I go, watch this and go lay down.
I throw up
R.I.P.
from this shit. Like I had when I went to the doctor, they hooked me up to like one of those electro things where they stick shit to your stomach
Mhm.
and they monitor your pain waves. My doctor told me that my pain waves were equivalent to somebody like 8 centimeters dilated,
Yeah,
and
that
I'm like,
hurts.
oh, so I don't know what it feels like to push, obviously,
It's like you're taking a big dump.
but like I feel the hey, ow, that shit hurts.
Yeah, that
The most painful shit you ever take is your baby.
just it hurts. It hurts so bad.
Like
Oh
I
my
can't
god.
imagine. It just makes me mad because I'm like, you guys are trash. First of all, utter garbage. And you're over here like, oh, I'm having a baby. I'm like, but I can't. I have to actually go through the process of spending a fuck ton of money. First of all, it costs so much money to adopt a baby.
It does, and
I don't understand why it costs so much. Like, if you're gonna give that child a loving home, why do you have to pay for the kid?
like I understand some costs, but like the whole like the amount of it is like insane. It's just why does it need to be so much? Why does it have to be about a dollar sign? Why can't it be like
About loving a kid
this kid is gonna have a future now. It's not gonna grow up
in the system.
in the system. It's gonna have a home. It's gonna have opportunities. It's gonna have it's gonna have
It's gonna
a
be
life.
loved.
Yeah, and it's gonna be loved. It's gonna be loved and nurtured.
There's a lot that we need to change in this country, and
They're like
we're working on it one step at a time.
there's so much like
It doesn't help that the
so
gut
much.
like we as a people are saying this is not right. We want this for everyone, but then the government's like, no. And I'm like, no, you have to listen to us. Like the government don't realize. I don't think a lot of people don't realize. If we feel the government is out of control, we can take them on. Like we can overthrow the
Yeah,
government.
like there's I mean like with the not just like the whole thing, the race thing going on, blah blah blah. But there was a post like that saying like the government, it, the government is scared of us
Oh yeah, they're
because
terrified.
we can join up, no matter what who we are. We join up and we go against them, and I think that's ultimately it's gonna come to that eventually,
I
and it's
feel
gonna
like
be a
that's
scary time.
why I have a couple theories as to why Trump hid in a bunker while this shit was going on.
Dude, have you ever seen him stand?
Oh my god, it's so funny.
He looks like
He
a
looks like he's gonna
spitfire.
fall.
Yeah, like I feel like I need to go catch him.
I know. I'm like, okay,
And
like
then
you're gonna hold on. Let me help you. You're gonna fall.
I just want to put your like
Well, he
rings on.
wears
He like wears a girdle and then like flats and like
he wears a it's an insert that he puts into a shoe to make him stand up taller, but in the same process, like when you wear heels, it'll lean you forward. But
he leans
it's just his heel
so
that's heightened, not his toes. So he just leans forward.
he leans so forward that it looks like he looks like the what is that tower, the
Leaning
leaning
Tower of
tower of
Pisa.
Pisa. Yeah,
Yeah.
he looks like I'm like bro, straighten up.
Stand up, damn it. Be like, do you want help?
Do you
Do
need
you, do
help,
you need a
sir?
brace or something? Like, are you okay?
Put you in a wheelchair.
I was talking to my mom about it earlier, and like, we already know I don't fucking like Trump. I think he's a trash fucking human being that doesn't need to be in office. But that's just my personal opinion. And if people like and support Trump, I'm not fucking going against you. I just don't talk about politics because I feel like all it does is start arguments.
Yeah, for sure.
He missed an opportunity for the past 4 years he's been in office. Halloween, Oompa Loompa.
There you
We would
go.
love that. Love
Spirit
that.
Halloween, endorse him.
Honestly, I will
Give him
buy him the costume. Like, just
give him
wear
the
it.
invite. Just own up to it, man.
Make a speech in your green weave. Like, you don't gotta paint your skin. It's already
Yeah,
orange.
it's already there, so
Like, I'll get you the suspenders. I'll get you the socks, the shoes. You
you'll
already
be
look
good to
pissed,
go.
so.
Listen, everybody would want to take a picture with you.
Oh my
Let's just say
god,
that.
I would frame it in my
You would
house
be trending on Twitter.
for a good reason.
And you love Twitter.
You love the Twitter, even though he's like, I'm gonna say Twitter, and be like, go ahead, good luck with that.
But you're on Twitter more than probably any of us know.
Anybody, he's on Twitter all the time, and I'm like, how much free time do you really have?
Like, goddamn, that's a lot of Twitter.
Hiding in the bunker, just it's so dark in here.
Retweet.
Just like retweet this if you want to be hiding in a bunker too. And I'm like, boy,
Oh my god.
you need to stop.
Yeah, politics suck.
I just don't. I don't get. Again, we're not going to stay on this for much longer. Like my one view is this is the United States, but we have two separate parties, and it's always been that way. It was never meant to have two separate parties, but people have different opinions, different views, and I understand that. But you need to not have two parties and just have one united party.
See, I guess I'm just uneducated to even get into politics because I don't care. That's the thing.
I don't
I
care
just don't
either.
care.
I don't care either. But like,
I don't. And I
it's
know
not.
people say like you should care. You should be paying attention to politics. You should be like, but ultimately, I don't see a point for me as a single woman in America to pay attention because guess what? I don't think my little voice is gonna be heard.
Mhm.
Now, yeah, okay, if I went to go protest and put my
But you're in a
voice,
group of people who are saying the same
yeah,
exact
like
thing.
then I could see my voice mattering. But me as a person, what am I gonna do with up against Trump? No.
No, nothing.
And I'm just very uneducated. I don't know what's going on in the world. I don't know politics. I don't know anything because I just shelter myself. So
Well,
I'm just like,
here's the thing that I find funny. Y'all rallied for Area 51. Like,
oh,
literally rallied for Area 51, but y'all won't rally for this shit.
I forgot about Area 51.
That was nuts, bitch.
But hey, aliens are real, guys.
They
Aliens.
government even agreed.
I like how they slipped that in a long time ago. They're like, hey, UFOs are real.
They slipped that in during a fucking pandemic. They're like, nobody's gonna pay attention. I'm like, oh no, we paid attention, but
You
it
just
didn't make
don't
breaking
care.
news.
Ah.
That was just a strange.
But yeah, nobody cared about the UFO. Like,
No, and they were like,
hey,
hey, this is real, and all that shit we were lying to you about aliens don't exist. Surprise, they do.
and like half of the people were like, oh yeah, like they would be like commenting like, oh yeah, we know, and then like half the world they're like, we don't care because we knew it was real. You
I
guys.
really just, I think that's the thing is people were like, yeah, we knew this.
You're like,
Even when you were denying it, we fucking knew this.
yeah, we already know.
So like, this isn't a fucking surprise. We already knew. So don't try to be the big
Uh,
heroes. Be like, oh, we're gonna let you know it's real. And be like, sis, we already been knew.
we're not stupid.
We already fucking knew.
We're not
And
stupid,
I'm like,
guys. We're not stupid.
we're not. No, we're not. And I'm like, you dumb fuck.
We might have some stupid people, but we're not stupid.
Here, okay. So going back to what you said about you not being educated on politics. I'm not educated on politics either. Like I failed government. Like I didn't fail, but I got a lower grade, and I didn't pay attention in history because it's just depressing. And I know I have to learn it. And that some shit was interesting to me, like as bad as it sounds, the Holocaust. I liked learning about.
No, to be honest, I loved learning about the Holocaust.
Yeah,
I really
I
did.
loved learning it.
I think like
I think it was just because it was just so big. But like the
Yeah.
Han Dynasty, like I don't care about that.
yeah, I didn't really care about that. Like the Holocaust, I was more intrigued
Yeah.
because it was just a crazy time. Can you just imagine?
And it wasn't that we still have I do believe there are still like one or two Auschwitz. That was the biggest camp they had survivors. They're like, still
know.
alive.
And look through what they've lived through. That's crazy. It's just
It's
crazy.
just nuts. I'm like I can't even imagine.
I know.
That's what did I say? It was like Anne Frank would have been not that old if she lived. She wouldn't
Yeah.
have been that old. And I'm like that just puts in perspective. Like I was talking to my sister. I'm like, yeah, racism's been around for a long time, but if you really think about it, they haven't been freed that long. Like Rosa Parks died in 2004. Like that wasn't that long
No,
ago.
that wasn't.
I think she died in 2004. Please let me check that because I want to get that correct. But I know she died sometime in the 2000s. Rosa Parks, American activist. 2005. I was close. She died in Michigan, surprisingly. She died in
Well-
Detroit, Michigan.
Well, isn't she's from here? Right?
Is she?
I think she is from. See, this is
She's
just-
from Tuscany, Alabama. Yep,
Oh,
she's from
okay.
Tuscany, Alabama. She died in Detroit, October 24th, 2005.
Well,
Yeah, she had a lot of awards.
well,
She was very educated as well. Wow.
Yeah, she's a boss ass woman. She was amazing. You know what? I would love to meet her.
I would have loved to
would
just
love
talk to her
yeah,
and be like, "Can
just-
you tell me about your life?"
Just to be in her presence, I would just be like in awe. I'm like, oh my god, you like you were a movement. You
Mhm.
changed so much for so many people.
Hmm.
And just
She was. That and MLK. Like I think I saw something like if MLK were alive, he wouldn't have even been 60.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he wasn't like 80 or 90. He was. I want to say he would have been in his 60s. And I'm like, that just shows you that wasn't that long
I
ago.
know, if you think about it, it really wasn't
Google's
that
only
long ago.
22 fucking years old.
I'm older than Google.
I'm older than Google. The fuck? It came out in September. I was born in January, so I'm not as old as you are with Google. But I'm like, I don't remember having. I wasn't allowed to use it. We didn't have the money to use it, so I didn't know what the fuck Google was till I was like 8.
Yeah, I don't even know when I first started using Google. Like,
I remember when the first touchscreen came out. That was huge.
oh yeah, I remember
I remember that. I remember having to use we still had the brick phones. I remember my mom having
Yeah.
or those Nokia
Or, do you
Indestructibles.
remember the iPod touches?
Oh my! Remember the
Like when
iPod
they
Nano where
when they
it didn't have a
first came out?
screen? Oh, do you remember iPod the first generation was just a white stick? It didn't have a screen.
Oh, I think so. I think
Oh
I
my god, I had that and it was so fucking frustrating not knowing what song I was listening
I
to.
I still have like the iPod. I believe I still have it. I don't know where it's at, but the big ass iPod
The iPod
with
Touch.
like the silver, no, not the touch, like the first ever that came out with the, like, it was that big
Mhm.
and it had like a silver backing and a white top, and that's when you could see the song.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's the I think it's a shuffle.
No, it wasn't a shuffle. It was just a regular iPod. But it was, I don't.
They had so many. Like
Yeah,
Apple,
they
calm
had a
down.
lot.
You got a lot of shit going on.
But you know what? I used Zune.
Zune.
Zune. It was the iPod version for Microsoft.
Oh.
It was called the Zune, and you know what? I loved my Zune.
My Zune was
I
popping,
loved it. I
sissy.
loved it. I was so mad that I washed it on accident.
My mom washed my fucking iPod and I was so mad she made me go to the neighbors door to door and pick up dog shit for money. And I was like, "You're the one that washed my fucking iPod. Why am
You
I buying a
idiot.
new one?"
But they would argue, be like, well, you didn't take it out of your clothes.
Yeah, they're like, "Yeah, you did." She was like, "Yeah, you didn't take it out of your
I'm like,
pocket." I'm like,
well,
"Bitch, the pocket was in my bedroom. Like, the jeans were in my bedroom. I didn't say do my laundry." And you just were like, "I'm gonna do your laundry." And my fucking iPod was in there. I was devastated because it didn't work. I
Well,
went
those
literally,
fuckers would go through the wash. So I
yeah.
bet you a lot of people have washed their iPods.
Oh, probably. I literally knocked on this old man's door and I was like, "Hey, my mom washed my iPod and she's making me clean up dog shit and I noticed you have a dog and I've noticed you're old. So,
I noticed that you're old and
will you pay me to
confused.
pick up dog shit?" He paid me $3 a week. But this is how he paid me. He paid me in bottles. He said, "Here."
Oh.
I rode a bike and he was like a mile away from my house and he was like, "Here, take these home and return them." I'm like, "I'm on a bike and you gave me 4 garbage bags filled with bottle returns. Are you fucking kidding me, old man?"
He was making you work.
He
You
was.
from that
He
generation.
made
Like,
he
you
didn't even
gonna
make me
work.
just clean up dog shit. He was like, "Here, my tree fell. Go cut it down." I'm like, "I'm 8.
I'm 8.
I am 8 years old. What the fuck?" I hate being outside, and I've always hated being outside. So I would do that. He's like, "You okay?" I'm like, "The sun's out. I'm not happy."
I'm melting.
I've always been a night person. I've always loved staying up. I stay up all night now. You know that.
Yeah, I
You're
know
like,
that.
"Oh my god, you're awake." I'm like, "Bitch, I didn't sleep."
I'm like, oh my god, I need my sleep now that I have a child.
Once I have a kid, I probably will like switch to going to bed at like 8 o'clock with a kid. And
Good luck.
yeah,
Good luck.
my sleep schedule's
Godspeed.
always so fucked up. If you're looking for the tightening one, it's right here.
It was this one I'm looking for. Yeah,
Oh, it's that
okay.
one. I don't even know my own fucking microphones, and I bought another one. But yeah, I that was, oh my god. And then I think like I want to say like a year I went without an iPod, and I've always loved music. I always
Yeah.
had to listen to music. That's how I grew up in a alcoholic home, so that involved a lot of
Music
screaming, and so
is
music I would
unhealthy.
put in my headphones and just tune out the world.
Oh yeah.
And then I couldn't do that for like a year, and then I think we got me a BlackBerry. I asked Dad, I'm like, I want, because YouTube was just a thing, and I wanted to watch YouTube videos. Remember Fred?
Oh my god.
I wanted to watch Fred so fucking bad.
That fucking dude.
No,
Right? Oh my god.
I watched Super Mac 13. He made me fucking
Yes.
he was so fucking dumb, but he made me laugh. And I was like, "Dad, I want a phone where I can watch videos." So we went to Metro piece of shit, and he's like, "Here's a BlackBerry." I'm like, "Can it play videos?" And the guy was like, "Yeah." Tried to watch a video, and it's like, "It's not supported on this device." I'm like, "You motherfucker, you lied to me." That was the only phone I had that did not break. My flip phone, the top part broke off. My touch screen, I dropped. And then my ass broke my LG. I
my
fell
God.
down and I landed on it. My hip bone broke, this like shattered the screen. It was horrible.
Well,
I've had to sell like DSs and shit to buy myself a phone.
I would break a phone like once a week. There was a time I broke a phone once a week. And my parents never knew because I was a little hustler in high school.
And she'd be like, "I'll show you a titty for 50.
I'd be like, you know what? I'll give you this for this, and then I would
50
get
for a
them.
titty?"
And the funny thing was, I knew how to fix phones back then. Like I knew
They're
how
a
to.
lot less complicated.
I know they were so easy to fix. So I would go. I would buy. There'd be somebody would be like, okay, yeah, you can have this flip phone, but it doesn't work. So like $10. I'd be like,
All right, cool. I'll
all right.
fix it.
And I would take it. I would switch out parts. I would fucking
Put your
open it
SIM
up,
card in and you're done.
yeah, and it would work just fine. And nowadays I'm just like,
Oh my god, if I open this bitch, I have no clue what the fuck I'm looking at. That's like
I don't even know how to work my Google phone.
I think people who make computers and phones are fucking geniuses because when I see motherboards and shit, they're like, "Oh, I know exactly how to fix it. I know exactly what's wrong with it." I'm like, it looks like a robot. Like, and it
like,
kind of is, but I'm like, this is a lot in just a small ass phone. And I'm like,
and they just open it like, oh, yep, this
yeah,
is
they're
what's
like,
wrong.
yeah,
And
that's
just
the
like,
problem. I'm like, what the fuck?
and like, how did you see that?
Like, I've had my screen replaced before, and he was like, an hour later, he's like, it's done. I'm like, how the fuck did you do that?
I'm like, that was fast.
I would love to understand how it works. I'm just stupid.
I've watched a lot of YouTube videos on how to replace screens, like the glass part.
Yeah, the screen.
Well, there's two parts to a screen, so I forgot what it's called.
I know a lot of phones have like a built-in screen protector.
Yeah, but like there's the glass
Right.
part of the screen, and then there's the LED part underneath the
The
screen.
strips, right? There are strips underneath it.
Something like that. But like if you crack the glass, it's no problem. And then if you crack underneath the glass, which is very common to happen because if you drop it.
Oh no, I've seen people who have literal holes in their iPhone. Like you can put your fucking finger through it and it still powers on. I'm like, how?
That's the part that's tricky because you have to heat up the adhesive and like slowly take it apart and all. And I was watching this. They're like, "Oh, you can do it too." I'm like, "No, I can't."
Meanwhile, Megan's cooking meth in her fucking basement. Like I can do anything I want.
Google has taught me so much. Not Google, YouTube.
YouTube is nuts.
YouTube will teach you.
When are you getting on YouTube? Because I'm curious. When are you doing YouTube?
Like YouTube channel?
Yeah.
When I have the confidence to do so.
Do a video with me. That way, it's not like just yours, and you get the feel of being in front of a camera. It's with somebody you work with every single Friday on a podcast. So it's not like we're strangers or doing shit. We would just have to come up with an idea.
How many of you think I should make a YouTube channel?
Yeah, leave in the comments. The comment section.
Wanted to.
Yeah, you'd be good at it.
Always wanted to, but I was like, dude, I can't even make a TikTok.
Oh my god, but TikTok is complicated.
TikTok.
Plus, you have me. I know how to edit. Not great because I have just the free video editor just to do jump cuts and shit. That's really all I needed it for. Like when I insert a picture, if you've ever watched any of my YouTube videos, the pictures always appear in the middle of the fucking screen because it gives you no option to move it to anywhere else. It just boom in the middle.
Right here.
So I mean, it does the job for a free thing, but I can edit the video and I only have I think I hit 60 subscribers last week.
Nice.
So I hit 60. Nice. That's exciting. And yeah. Oh, I do have an announcement to make towards the end. It's I've promised this so many times. Should I just tell it now?
You were drinking water today?
Shut the fuck up. I'm beat her ass. I promise to drink water all the time, and I just never do. Okay, here's the thing. I've already told you I hate water. I think it fucking tastes disgusting. I had a Monster today, and I had two of my cups of water, no flavoring or anything.
I was surprised.
So I've been drinking more water.
I had like 5.
No, because I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because it was room temperature. Because I prefer cold water.
No, sometimes when you drink a lot of water,
I just didn't feel good.
Like, it kind of makes you like nauseous. Like,
well, I didn't know if it was flushing my system because, like I said, I don't drink water. I live a very unhealthy life.
One of the there's like one of a detoxing.
Yeah, I heard water is a really good detox.
Yeah, like so one of them. There's millions out there that you can do, but one of them is you just drink water for like I think like 12 hours. You just drink nothing but water, and it like flushes out your system. Or
it's a long time.
You can do water and lemon. It's good for your digestive.
I heard that.
I do that. I've been trying to do that for the past couple weeks.
I don't like lemon.
I don't either. Like so, I'll wake up, make my lemon water, just down it, and then I'm done for the day.
I also heard that you know how people they wake up, they have their coffee, drinking a cold glass of water will wake you up faster than a cup of coffee.
I don't know.
I've never tried it
I
because I don't like water. So why the fuck am I gonna try it?
I don't, and I don't like coffee. I'm not a big coffee drinker.
I have to have creamer.
I do have coffee.
Mm.
Like when I wake up and I know I'm gonna take forever to wake up, I will have not even half a cup of coffee, and I'm good to go. I'm very caffeine sensitive.
See, I used to. This is like to show for people who don't know a whole lot about Crohn's disease. It is an intestinal disease, and it eats away at your intestines over time.
Yummy.
It makes you very vulnerable to colon cancer, basically any cancer from your mid torso down. So I take a pregnancy test every 6 months or every few months because if a pregnancy test comes back positive for a male, it will show if it shows positive, that means it's either a false positive or you have a cancer somewhere from midline down. So, and having Crohn's disease does make it you are more likely to get cancer. That's why whenever I have like a lump or something, I'm like, okay, it's not like my neck. It was in my neck, but I smoke. So I'm like, I know what it does, but I get freaked out because I'm like, really? All this? I lived through all this, and this is what kills me is cancer, and now I'm going to lose my fucking hair that I worked so hard to grow? Like, makes me mad. I used to drink coffee in high school, and I would just put creamer in it, sugar, I would drink it, and I would be fine all day. When I hit But we didn't know when I was in high school. We didn't know how sick I was. We just knew that I get stomach pain sometimes. Like the one time I told you I passed out in the bathroom for 4 hours and an ambulance took me. Um, we didn't know what was wrong, mainly because I just didn't go to the doctor for it.
Right.
And when I turned 18, I went to the doctor and had a colonoscopy done and was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. After, I think like 6 months after the colonoscopy, whenever I drank coffee, I was down for the entire day because it's a natural it's not natural, but it is a laxative.
Yeah.
So I would get horrible, horrible cramps to the point where I could not stand up straight from drinking coffee. I'm now getting a little bit better because I've had blood transfusions and treatment and medicine
Right.
and all that. But just to be safe, because it is horrifying. The pain is so bad. It's literally, I think, listed on the top 10 worst illnesses to have because there's no cure. There's really no treatment. There's just pills. It's a muscle relaxant. That's why, like, when I say I get kicked, my intestines slam against each other, and that's what causes the kicking feeling. Again, the whole haha, I can't get pregnant, but hee hee, I have every other fucking symptom of pregnancy.
I have my organs kicking.
Literally, they're just fighting each other inside me. I'm like, you do, you have fun, haha. Aldi has, it's very low caffeine. They're little pods, like the Keurig cups.
Yeah.
Like French vanilla cappuccino, hazelnut cappuccino. I can drink those and be perfectly fine, and they will wake me up. Because, like, you said you have low tolerance to caffeine. Like, even just, like, half a cup of coffee, and you're like, wow.
Yeah, I'm like
Yeah.
awake.
Those things are really good. But then I contradict myself by drinking Monster. But the funny thing is me drinking coffee hurts, but when I drink Monster, I'm fine. So I don't know if it's the heat from the coffee mixed with all the sugar, the
Yeah,
creamer.
you try doing. They do say like if warm coffee messes up your stomach, to try to do cold, because like okay, so like going back to like the whole um warm water, like so like warm water and lemon that helps you clean out faster.
Right.
But sometimes the warm water will hurt my stomach. So I just started doing cold, and I find that it's a lot more comfortable.
Right.
So yeah, I would do try iced coffee and see how that does, because sometimes like the heat of caffeine, I read it somewhere, but it does like
Temperature and what you eat and drink does really affect you.
activates something.
Yeah,
Like,
it does affect you. Even if you don't have an illness like IBS, IBD, or Crohn's, temperatures of shit when you eat or consume do affect your body.
yeah.
Like, I love medical shit. Like, I love medical. I could never be a doctor, but I like learning at my own pace. Like, I did a nursing class in high school, and I just find it so fascinating. Like, I follow this guy on TikTok, and he is a medical examiner. So he will show us bodies, not the face or anything bad, but like,
oh no, I think I seen
yeah,
that. I think
he'll
I
lift
seen
up organs and be like, you remember like the pancreas? He lifts up the I think is the stomach, and it's like, here it is, and he shows you what it's supposed to look like. But then he'll show you what a bad pancreas looks like. I'm like, I find this shit so fucking cool.
No, that stuff is pretty cool. That I have seen him. I think I do follow him now. I've seen him a couple times.
Because there's
I
like
don't go
so
on
much
TikTok a
shit
lot. I really don't. But like when I do go on TikTok,
on there for
I'm on
hours.
there for hours.
Oh my god. Because I can't stop.
I know. It's like why? Why
That
am
and
I
these
so
are
addicted?
PSA. These damn TikTok boys wearing no goddamn underwear,
please.
bouncing their cocks around. Listen, I approve, but at the same time, there are children watching.
There are children.
You can see the outline of their dick, and I'm like, I mean, I approve because you smexy, but at the same time,
Who's next?
children are present. People, the kids are making TikToks.
Or the lesbian girls.
Hmm.
God damn.
Calm down.
I'm like, you looking
You looking
good.
like a whole motherfucking Thanksgiving dinner.
I gotta change. Gotta change.
Time to switch. Go in the closet, walk back out. That's what I did.
Like, oh, yep.
Good floor. So since it is Pride Month,
Yes.
as you know, I am gay.
I had no idea.
Hold on. I am not trans. Because I get so many fucking comments of, "Are you trans? Are you trans? How far along are you in the progress?"
I think people, because you have long hair and you
I
wear
get it.
makeup.
I get it. But I tell them, I'm like, no, I'm not. I mean, I don't really like labels, like at all. Like,
No.
okay, yeah, I'm gay, but
You're not trans.
I'm not trans. I don't plan on having any surgeries. No, I'm not.
You don't want your
Getting.
dingleberries cut off.
No, I don't. I don't see a point. I'm happy and comfortable in my own skin. I don't see why I need to do that so that way it makes sense to somebody else. Because people calling me a he, it sometimes confuses them, and that's why I'm like, call me whatever you want. I don't get offended when people call me she, because I get it.
Yeah.
But I'm not trans.
Yeah.
I'm just gay. I like dick.
Collector.
Megan, what are you?
I'm Megan. Hi.
She's Megan. That's a great answer. That's a very Jeffree Star answer.
I'm just me.
You're like, I'm Jeffree.
Jeffrey. But my parents have.
Yeah.
When I was a child,
Tea time?
I remember I was in high school and I'm very tomboy. I always I mean now.
Oh, I picked up on that.
I nowadays I do dress more like a girl.
Eh.
But I mean, more.
Yeah.
More.
Okay, I'll give you that. You just opened a sports bra in front of me. Okay, I'll give you that one.
More of a girl now than I was in high school or elementary or middle school. I used to wear boy clothes. I would get in kindergarten. I went to this private school where you had to wear dresses. Girls had to wear dresses and boys had to wear like khakis or whatever. And I would remember my mom had to pick me up with boy underwear, boy shorts, and boy shirt. It had to be all boy clothes. If not, I would freak out. And then I think it was in high school, my dad turned to me and asked me, he's like, so when are you going to stop dressing like a dyke and start dressing like a girl?
Oh.
And I'm like, what? He's like, you look like a boy all the time. Are you gay? I'm like, no.
I'm sorry, you speak stupid all the time. Are you fucking dumb?
I'm like, I just like to dress like a boy. Like, they have comfortable clothes. And then a couple years ago, I don't even know what was going on in this conversation. I can't recall, but my mom just turns to me and she's like, I always thought you were going to be gay. I'm like, what? She's like, you dress like a boy all the time. I'm like, just because I dress like a boy doesn't mean I'm gay, but
Right.
okay, thanks.
No, I got that all the time too. Like my family knew before I was out, but I was pressured. Do you have a girlfriend yet? You're not gonna get a girlfriend if you stay inside. I'm like, motherfucker, I don't want a motherfucking girlfriend. They fucking
You're
crazy.
not
What
gonna
the
get
fuck?
a girlfriend if you stay inside.
Well, we didn't have social media.
You're like, bitch, I don't want.
I know. I was like, bitch, I
anybody.
don't want a fuck. Like my dad would be driving with me, and he'd be like, look at her. I'm like, okay.
Like,
and he's like, isn't she hot? I'm like, she's fucking 40. Why the fuck? I'm 12, Dad. The hell? And then I had a couple girlfriends. And I mean, it was fine, but there was no, like I told you in the last podcast, like there was no like spark to it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, boom, I like Dale.
I like this.
I like Dale. And then I did the same thing my dad did to me. I'd be like, Dad. And he'd be like, what? I'm like, look at him, his bubble butt. And my dad would be like, I'm like, you did it to me. So I'm going to do it to you.
Yeah.
Bitch.
You don't like it?
You don't like it?
Dish it out, bitch.
He'd be like, I'm like, hole's a hole, just saying. It feels the
my
same.
God.
Feels the same.
A hole is a hole, guys. Just
I can say it feels the
Anyway.
same. Like I've done both. It feels the fucking same. Close your eyes and imagine. Like goddamn, you're that desperate. Just fucking
Does
do it.
really feel the same?
Yes. There's no. I mean, if the guy is hairy, then yeah, there's that. But if they are shaving it, just close your fucking eyes.
I mean, I don't.
Okay,
I
well,
don't have a thing.
here's the thing. Even If that doesn't feel the same to you, a mouth is a mouth. It does the same thing.
That part is true.
It's a mouth.
That is
No matter
an ear
what
hole is
you're.
an ear hole.
We no.
I'm just kidding.
No, Megan. We do not. You're a freak that does ear shit. We get it.
No. That's
We
lies.
don't do ear shit. I'm gonna title this podcast "Ear Sex," and people are gonna be like, "What the fuck is this?
Ear sex.
Ear sex? Weird ass
Ear
bitch."
is an ear. Oh my god. But I always wonder that because, like, I mean, obviously I don't have a penis, so I can't stick my penis inside things. But
I mean, true. You could peg. It's not the same though.
no, it's not because I'm not penetrating her with anything.
You are. It's just the strap on is.
Oh yeah,
That type of
okay.
pegging, not pegging like spirit walls. But my God, so I have a gay friend now. I've never had a gay friend, and I think we're friends. Andrew from my store.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Nick because you do have.
I have two. Well, he's
Remember?
bi,
Oh.
but I was Andrew and I were pegging walls, and I said, "Hey, can you hand me the peg?" And this motherfucker, first day meeting me. Now, mind you, I'm the boss, and this is my first time being a manager, so I was already a little nervous. And like he goes, I'm like, "Can you hand me a peg?" And he goes, "Heh." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Nothing." I'm like, "You can tell me." He's like, "Oh, you're my boss." I'm like, "And?" He's like, "When you
Yeah.
say peg, I think a grinder, which is a gay hookup app."
Oh
And
yeah.
I lost my shit. So now when me and him are talking, we just call pegs grinders because I'm like, tee hee, it's a joke. And I just lost my shit. I almost fell off the fucking ladder and broke my neck. It's fine. But I just thought it was so goddamn funny.
Yeah.
And then like when Chromatica, Lady Gaga's album came out, me and him were like fucking fanning over it. Like, oh my god, we have like 12 fucking hours. Oh my god, we have 3 fucking hours. Oh my god, it's out. Like, what's your favorite tune? And then he got a little mad at me because I'm like, I just listened to it and it all just sounds the same. He was like, how dare you?
Like,
And
I
now
have
I'm
not
listening to it again.
to
I'm
that
like,
yet.
okay, now I hear differences. But the first time listening, it just all ran together. But I didn't know that was like the point of it. And I'm like, all right, I mean, go off, Gaga, go off.
It's like a story.
Yeah,
I mean, I haven't heard it, but like I know
it's good.
I know artists will do that with their
Yeah.
album. They'll run things, and I think Eminem.
I think Demi Lovato, she's all over the place with her shit though. Like she'll tell a story with her album, but it'll be like it won't like the audio won't not the audio the instrumentals won't run together as one continuous track through the entire album. It'll be a slow song, an upbeat song, like but it'll tell a
She's
story
bipolar.
throughout.
She's bipolar.
Well, like in her last album that she did, "Tell Me You Love Me," it was the first song was "Sorry Not Sorry," like he sorry but don't care. Then the other song was "Tell Me You Love Me," which banger. I belt that shit in my car.
Well,
I'm like, ooh,
I could see you belting it in
oh
your
my
car.
god, I belt Demi Lovato so fucking much that my throat hurts.
Oh my god.
But like she progressed through the entire thing. Like, okay, you're saying, okay, I'm sorry, but I don't care. And then at the very end, she's like, yeah, I fucked up leaving you. I'm like, oh, so it took the whole album to get to this point, and I'm over here like, tee hee.
Yeah,
I still love you.
I don't know anything about Demi Lovato.
I feel for that girl. Like, Jesus Christ.
I just don't.
That poor little girl. Been on Barney and shit going through it.
Barney.
She was on Barney with Selena Gomez.
Selena Gomez. I like her.
She's a bitch, a petitch. But I believe all celebrities are a little bit of
I
bitches.
think all celebrities have to be a bitch.
They do.
I mean,
Ellen DeGeneres. Oh, you think she's sweet? Surprise! She's a fucking bitch too.
Like I don't know if it's the money that changes them or
I
they
think-
have to be like that because of they're so in the public.
Well, here's the thing: we know what they say. We don't know what their management team says, or it tells them because they will like if you go and watch. I watch interviews on Ellen DeGeneres all the time, and they're like, when Ellen asks a question that's kind of controversial, she's like, my management team has told me not to talk about it. So due to their contract, they cannot talk about it.
Yeah. Well, that's with any
Yeah.
celebrity. They have somebody that's like controlling their
Yep.
public figure. So
Yep.
can you imagine though having somebody else tell you not to talk about something?
Well, look at Kesha. Look what happened to her.
Like I don't think I would like that. Like if I was famous, I don't think.
From what I'm
I'm
hearing, I'm not a fucking celebrity, honestly, but obviously, but from what I heard about the Kesha, do you remember what happened with her?
Yeah, she got like
Dr. Luke.
Didn't she get like touched
She got
or
raped and was forced to be anorexic to keep up her body appearance. Now she looks
like I
fucking amazing. She's popping off, doing her shit.
I knew something happened, but I know it happened.
There was a
while
whole court
ago.
case about it.
Yeah, I tried to look into it a little bit way back when it was happening, but I honestly just
Well, again, like these
forgot.
celebrities that act that way, it's not them. Like Miley Cyrus,
Yeah.
she had that phase, quote unquote. It was her management team. She switched management teams and she grew her hair back out. She did somewhat of country music again, like
But
Iggy.
yeah, she
Okay,
like
perfect example. Iggy Azalea. Fancy came out. People loved it. Not the music she wanted to do. That's not what she wanted.
oh
So now
yeah,
she's doing the shit she wants to do, and she sounds great doing it. As
that's
long as you're happy doing it, go off.
that's a lot. I
Yeah.
mean, like even I think it was Avril too. Like
Yeah.
Avril, she wanted to put some songs out, and they said no, or they would
Mhm.
make her sing a song that wasn't even hers.
Yeah.
And I know that happens a lot.
Oh yeah.
And to be honest, I would not want to be a celebrity
No, I
because I
don't.
won't. I wouldn't want
On
somebody
top of that,
telling
there's so
me.
much pressure.
I would.
Like even Demi, she said in a song, she's like, I want to be a role model, but I'm only human because she's been fighting her
What I think.
addictions, but she gets judged for slipping up. And she's like, look, I want to be your role model, but I'm only human. I fuck up. People
Well,
make mistakes.
yeah, like, I think that's just like not us, but like the population just being stupid.
Yeah. Well,
Like
here's the thing. Just
you
because
fuck up
somebody's a
all the
celebrity
time.
does not mean they are a role model. But I feel like with every celebrity, just because they are famous, they're automatically a role model or they
Yeah.
feel that way. I'm like, no.
No.
It's their choice if they look up to you and do what you do. Like obviously, okay, Demi Lovato overdosed on something. She hasn't confirmed or denied what it was, but she did agree and say that she had an overdose. She is not expecting. She feels that since she's a role model, people are going to do that. And I'm like,
Yeah.
no. People, I'm hoping, are smart enough to know, like, you've been struggling with this since you were literally a kid on Disney. You would snort coke in between like takes. Like they do not. You should not expect them to be that dumb to follow you into that. They're there for
Yeah.
you and they'll support you while you get help, but they're not going to do that. They just care that you're okay
Yeah.
because they like your art, what you put out. They want to make sure that you are okay. I've known about Demi Lovato since I was like 13, and when she overdosed, I heard it at work. I didn't know anything about it, and they were like, "Yeah, that Disney girl overdosed." I'm like, I thought it was Miley Cyrus, honestly. And I was like, "Which one?" They're like, "I don't know, Lovato." I'm like, "Did she now?"
See, I don't know anything. I don't know anything about her, but like,
Hillary Duff's the only normal one. The fuck,
oh my
she's the
god,
only normal.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
I
Well,
ramble.
yeah,
Sorry.
no, like, I mean, just because I'm not worried about celebrities. They celebrities. They got
They're
money,
full grown
but
fucking
like
people.
at the same time, us as people, we can't like idolize them. They're not gods.
No,
They are
they're
human
only
beings.
human.
Like uh, you can have a neighbor that goes in and out of rehab all the time, and you know what? They're
They're
making
still
their way. They're
trying.
still trying, just like Demi Lovato or
Whoever
Em-
that did drugs and had
fucking
overdoses and
Eminem.
yeah,
Like Eminem's been like I think 12 years sober,
yeah.
and I
Sometimes
mean
it happens. It's
it
a
just
constant.
he battled with it, and he always says he still battles with it.
Yeah. No, like I didn't
Cause
do
guess what?
drugs
They're
for.
humans.
Yeah, I didn't do drugs for very long. Maybe like 3 months. I did cocaine, not like daily, but like every other day to every 3 days. Like I would do not a lot, but about a line or two of coke. And I still struggle with that now, and I've been sober for 6 years. I went to rehab, got my chip, but you still have that itch.
Oh yeah,
And from what Demi's said, obviously she's done more, but she was like, look, like addiction and
it
recovery
just
is a
doesn't go.
lifelong
Yeah, it
process.
doesn't go away.
Yeah, and she even said it perfectly. If you slip up, that's okay. That doesn't mean your progress has been rewound. It's you had a mistake, but you've learned from it.
Yeah,
And
you
that's
know,
what I respect about her. She's very open about it. Like a lot of celebrities are like that you hear in the tabloids that they go to rehab and they're like, "Oh, I didn't do that." And I'm like, she's over here like, "Yeah, no, I did." And I'm admitting it to you, and it was a fuck up, and I learned from my mistakes, and we're gonna move on and go on. And I'm like, okay, pop off,
right.
go off.
Oh wow.
But I'm like, girl, sis,
I I'm sorry, Demi, but
sorry.
I don't do I
She
don't
don't
do,
she don't fuck with your music, but that's
I don't
okay.
fuck with your music.
Megan doesn't like to cry, so that's why she doesn't listen to your shit.
I yeah no I just I don't
You don't listen to Adele either, do you?
I do.
Oh,
I'm not.
hold on. Now we're gonna talk about it. Hold on, Miss. I don't like to cry, but you over here listening to Rolling in the Deep and Hello.
Yeah, I don't cry.
I do the fuck.
Oh,
I cry to fucking
we
like.
ain't the same then.
She said, "I'm sorry, but damn, you weak as fuck." I'll cry to an upbeat fucking song and be like, "It's just so beautiful."
Dude, to be honest, like I don't cry. Like I
No,
really
I know you don't.
I don't cry, but I at the same time I do.
No matter how many times I fucking hit you. Just kidding. I don't
But at
hit
the same
Megan.
time, I do cry. But I cry at like sentimental things. Like the videos on Facebook of like the little girl going around hugging the old
Yeah.
people. I'll cry to that. Or like I'll like oh my god, there's something in my eye.
I did that earlier, and I was like, how did like half my makeup brush end up in my eyeball?
Or like
Well, you're not wearing
when
makeup. You're lucky.
Max is just being Max. I'll like start. I want to cry. I'm like,
Because
why
that's
am
your
I
kid.
crying?
It happens. Zero will do something like, I'm so lucky.
I'm just like, why?
I cry at everything though. I don't know what it is, but me and my sister both are very emotional
Emotional.
people. Very. Like, what was I doing? I was watching an album reaction to an artist I don't even like, and I heard a song and I was crying. I'm like, I don't even like this bitch.
Well, okay. Well, obviously not everybody heard our conversation last one, but we talked
Yeah.
about this a little bit.
Yeah.
They only heard
Yeah.
Desiree, but like, yeah, me like I think it's just on kind of like how you've been
How
raised.
you been
'Cause,
grew
like,
up. I grew up crying. That's the thing.
This is what I said in last podcast.
Yeah.
But nobody heard it.
Yeah, because
But,
you know
like-
we were like in the background because that bitch took over our podcast today. I should rename it like Desiree took over, but
Like I think it was just on how we were raised. Because my sister, we're the complete opposite. Like
Mhm.
I was told not to cry. I was
it's
told
weak when you cry.
Yeah, my dad's like literally would say, "Stop crying. You're being weak, or you're asking for
I'll
attention."
give you something to cry about.
So like I was taught not to cry. I was taught not to show my feelings. I was taught like I wasn't affectionate. I didn't receive affection.
Yes. Yeah, because from what you said, just to recap, because again they didn't hear the last podcast, you said that you're not very affectionate and you don't know how to show affection, and I said actually you do. You just don't know you're doing it.
Yeah, and I also don't know how to accept.
You do
affection.
not. No, you don't.
I don't know how to.
You don't know
accept
how to
it.
take a compliment.
Don't know how to take a compliment. Don't know how to take a hug. I'm just like.
Yeah, you're like
"Eh."
awkward.
I'm like.
I'll side hug you and you'll be like, I'm like, bitch, I've known you for 2 years. You can take a fucking hug from me, bitch.
God, are you kidding me? My friends that know me for like 20 years hug me, and I'm just like. Eh.
And you're like, beleged it.
I'm like I don't. But my sister, on the other hand,
Mhm.
she cries literally every day. Last night when we were
T.
playing.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, my sister's here. I'm like, okay, she's gonna get off, and you're like, no, I'm playing. I'm like, I mean,
My
okay.
sister, I guess, was having an anxiety attack and was crying and wanted her mom. And
Shit
my mom lives
happens.
with me, so she came and snuggled up with her for the night. And I'm like, I would never do that. If I was crying, I would just be like, all right,
Like,
it's
all right,
over.
it's cry time. Cry time.
Yeah.
Zero, you need to calm the fuck down.
I think it's just basically on how you're raised. 'Cause my sister was raised completely different than I was, but
Like, I was raised in the you try your hardest not to cry until you're alone. But I'm the type of person that's just when I'm like I get mad. Like I have anger
oh
problems.
my god.
When I get the way you know to be scared of me is either if I go very, very quiet and I just stare at you like I'm going to kill you. I probably will. Or if I begin to cry and scream at
Yeah.
you, I'm not sad. I'm holding back because I realized murder's illegal and that makes me sad.
No, I do the same thing. When I get okay,
Pissed.
I used to be very angry as a like teenager, very angry.
Right.
It kind of like dissipated as I got older. I still get angry today. Like it'll be like Satan just let loose, but it takes a lot.
Hmm.
But when I do, I don't. I just cry, and then people are like, "Oh my god, what's wrong? Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm angry. Don't touch me."
Right.
Oh yeah, and if I get hurt, don't touch me.
Don't even look at me. See, no, if I get hurt and be like, okay, am I dying? That's all I want to know. Am I gonna die? No. Okay, bye bye. Go away.
I'm like, don't touch me. Like
But like,
people
ugh.
on the soccer field, like I would get hurt on like playing soccer, and
Right.
like, the ref or the coach would come, just put their hand on me, be like, "Are you okay, sweetie?"
Don't
I'm like,
touch me!"
touch me.
Meanwhile, I'm like, oh, my sunburn, don't touch.
I'm just like, don't touch me. I'm gonna get mad. They're like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "I'm fine. Leave me alone."
Go away. I'm fine. You know what's not making me fine? You being around me.
Yes.
So, my little announcement.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
So, boy, shut the fuck up. Oh, you want to go see people? Please hold while I let my dog out.
Love you, Daryl.
Bye, Zero. Okay, so I've always loved music,
Yes.
and I've always loved singing. I'm not good at it, by the way. I just loved doing it.
Right.
And I try because I hear like people like Demi Lovato, her voice, and I hear people like Amy Lee, her voice, or Lady Gaga, like the growl she does. I'm like, ooh, ooh, I can do that. I can do it with
Yep.
headphones in, not knowing I sound like a dying cow.
Mom, why is there a dying cat outside?
Truly.
It's just a neighbor.
So in 2017, I found one of my friends that I met on the interwebs. Not didn't live very far from me, and she had a keyboard and a microphone, and we made an EP,
Mhm.
which is just like a five. You know what an EP is?
Yeah.
5-track album or six, whatever. A small album. I made that. Didn't do well.
No.
Not at all. It was bad. It was rushed. The album was supposed to be 17 tracks, and we cut it to 5 because she wanted it to be 5. But the whole thing was as I was the face of it. So I was on the cover. I was the one singing. She did all the work for it. But when it was bad, the audio quality was recorded on Samsung headphones because that's all she had.
Oh, that's nice.
So people are like, "Oh my god, it sounds horrible." I'm like, "Well, no shit.
It's on headphones.
It was on headphones, and the bitch doesn't know what the fuck she's doing, and I'm being blamed for her mistake." Zero, get down.
He licked the back of my neck.
He always does. He's weird. So then, about a year later, I released a full album with the same girl because she got quote unquote better equipment, sounded better, like instrumental wise. Audio was the exact same.
Huh.
So then I did. I think that was the last one I did was Awakening. No, Army of One was my last album. They were taken down because I don't like them because they were put on again. I was the face, so I was on the cover, the promos. I was on it all, and I didn't like it. I didn't like the way I sounded because she didn't cut reverb, which is echoing. So I would speak and you would hear me like 10 times. And it just all clashed and it wasn't cute. So, my little announcement what I did. I have a music producer right now who is professionally mixing a song, like the instrumentals. He's got I believe we're on a 17-day time limit. So within 17 days I will have the audio. Then I have to write a song for it.
Oh.
But now that I have these microphones,
just go Gucci gang, Gucci gang,
Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. He's like, that's copywritten. But he's making me, I get all rights to it. So it's not copywritten. I can post it and use it wherever. It's my song.
That's sweet.
I then record the vocals and send them back. He does mixing, he masters it. It's a full studio song. So it's literally a professional song coming out that I've never had before.
So you got a song.
I will. I don't know about what, but I have to hear it first.
Right.
It's only costing. It's a lot, but I ain't gonna say how much it costs because I'll get killed. But it's on my bucket list to do. I know I'm not the best, and I've told this guy straight up before I even signed the paper for him, like to sign that yes, I'm going to do this. Yes, we are going to make music. I'm not the best at singing. I want to hit notes that I just cannot hit because my voice is in between of feminine and male, and just my octaves do not reach what I want it to reach. Good lord, I do not. I want to be able to hit like Demi Lovato notes, and I'm like, ain't no bitch can do that.
Good luck.
I can do that with my head, like and with my headphones on, but it doesn't sound good.
Yes.
So yeah. So that was my announcement of I have a song coming within a month, and it's always been on my bucket list. Like again, I'm not the best, I'm not a professional. It's just always something I wanted to do. Like I wanted to write a book, and look how that turned out.
Yeah.
By the way, thank you all who are pre-ordering my book. We have 14 slots left, so if anybody wants to pre-order, I will link the website in the comment in the description of this. You do not have to pay up front.
Do it.
You don't have to pay up front. A lot of people are like, "Oh, do you have to pay up front?" Like when I say pre-save, they're like, "Oh, I have to buy it right now." I'm like, "No.
No,
You just put your name on the list, and then when the list is capped out at 25, a mass email will go out asking for your form of payment, and you'll have 1 week to pay. If you do not pay within 1 week, your slot will be given to the next person on the list.
Yeah.
That's just how it's going to work.
Yeah.
Because it's self-published.
Yeah. No, there's actually like T-shirts, like random T-shirts that will be like that. Like it'll be like save your slot.
Well, especially when it's self-made.
When it's like hits a certain list, then you pay for it. I know.
Yeah. Well, the thing is I have to place the order. So the publishing house will not give any more copies. I can't just buy one more. I have to buy in quantities of 25 or more. So that's why it needs 25 orders for me to even start the processing and publishing. And the thing is like, okay, each book is $25. It's a little pricey, but at the same time, it's being made specifically for that person because it doesn't go through a distributor. It goes from the publishing house to in my hand and then to you. It's literally going to one person, which is me, to sign it, write you a note, and give it to you.
That's self-publishing. So yeah.
It costs a little bit more to do that, but like I'm proud of my work, and people wanted copies. More people wanted copies when I announced that it was released more than they do now, but we're getting there.
Yeah.
I just got another order for my friend Tisha ordered a copy, so I have to write her name on the list, and then that'll be it for that. It's on the balcony, I believe. My husband was asking what the thing was, but we have questions, Megan.
Oh,
But that was the announcement. Was I have a song coming out,
Huh.
and now if it'll be good, I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. Okay, let's see. What animal would you want to be reincarnated as? Reincarnated as, sorry.
Fuck. I've thought about this too much. That's why it's hard because there's so many different.
I just
animals.
want to be a type of fucking bird. I want to be able to fly.
Yeah, that's
Go anywhere the
one of
fuck I want.
One of them is to be a bird, so I can fly. I would love just to feel the feeling of flying.
I would love to do that and just dive. I just want to dive as a bird, just like,
attack people's heads.
Get them. If you could visit one planet, which would it be?
Pluto.
I want to go to the sun. Burn me, bitch.
God damn, you're gonna be coming crispy.
What makes you the happiest?
My son.
Mine too.
My son. Like nothing else, but just him.
Let's see. There's a lot of stupid ones. I'm sorry, but What's your favorite color? We've answered that before. Like
Blue and purple.
black. What era would you choose to live in if you could?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, so
Pangea. That's where I want to go.
to be honest, I would kind of want to go through the Holocaust. I would want to do that.
Like be inside the Holocaust?
Yeah, I would want to
You want-
experience that. Like even though it was very hard and dark.
Okay,
and-
please hold. Do you want to be inside the camp or do you want to be alive while that's going on?
I think balls to the wall. Let's be in the camp.
Oh, good God. Okay.
Well, because
She's over here. She said it.
I just want to like live.
Oh shit, my
through this
microphone came
time.
unhooked. Please hold. My microphone slid off the things. Okay, there we go. We're back. We're bouncy. Everything's okay.
We're bouncing.
We're bouncy. All right. Have you ever seen a UFO?
No.
Personally, no. Pictures, yes.
Yeah.
But you never really know what pictures are real and what are fake.
Yeah.
Have you heard about the screaming going on in Texas?
No.
There's a couple of videos of just something screaming so fucking loud.
No, I haven't.
I think it's a bird because I know there's a bird in Arizona, Texas, not the Roadrunner, but it's a smaller bird, but they let a fat motherfucking scream.
No, I haven't. I'm not. I'm from like like the deep south of
Houston, Texas, baby.
I'm either farther than that. I'm like border. Hello.
Border. How would you spend $100 million?
Oh, I would buy me a new car.
Again, really?
Oh my god.
There's a lot going on out there.
I don't know. I know I would buy a new car. I would definitely buy a house. I would not buy a mansion. Oh hell the fuck no. Because that's a lot to clean.
Hire a cleaning lady. You got $100 million, bitch.
No, Consuela, don't. Like, I like to clean my house because I like
My house cleaned a certain way.
Yeah, so don't touch it.
Don't touch.
And then I think I would go travel. I'd take my kid. I would travel, let him see the world.
I would honestly, like, I've always made this thing, like, if I get famous off of my book, or if my music does very well, and I highly doubt it will, but just in the very, like,
Look,
1% chance.
Just put booties.
Booties. That's the title of my
Booties.
song is Booty.
Booties.
You know, we were going to go in an Amy Lee direction, but I guess we're going with Booties, so Miley Cyrus.
Booties.
I would like to have a couple of houses. Not like you said mansions. I would like maybe my main home would obviously be in Michigan. I don't plan on ever leaving Michigan to live. Now vacationing, different. I would buy maybe like a 5 to 7 bedroom house in Michigan. Probably Bloomfield Hills because that's where you can really find them. I would love to have a house in Maine because it's so pretty there. Would love to have a house in Alaska, Texas, Florida, California. In the middle, probably
just a
like
house in every state.
No, not every state because there's some states that
Like-
we don't fuck with.
Utah.
Who the fuck? North and South Dakota, first of all, they never get into anybody's fucking shit. They never cause no goddamn drama. Nobody ever hears about North and fucking South Dakota. I'd buy a house there, in the middle, like on the fucking line.
Just like
Be like, I live in Dakotas. I live in both Dakotas. And then I would probably open up. I've been wanting to do it. I don't know how to do it because I've been asked a lot, like, what do you want to do with your life? Like, do you want to work at Spirit for the rest of your life? And I'm like, obviously not. I want to work at Spirit until I have a child and they're old enough to go into either daycare or school because I feel like that would just work out better, especially with Steve working a little farther away. I'm the manager. I can leave if I need to. I would love to open a no-kill shelter for dogs.
Yeah.
So, for example, Erba, my cat, her owner died in hospice, and nobody wanted her because of her weight. So I came and I got her. I would love to open a shelter that rescues strays, but at the same time offers a home. Not necessarily. I mean, yes, they'll be available for adoption, but
like animals that are about on their last leg.
not even that, just their owners passed and nobody will take them. So instead of them just being thrown out, like, hey, you can come here, we will take care of them. It'll be a nonprofit. I want to do it. I don't even know how to start that. I don't have a degree in anything. I don't think you need to have a degree in shit like that,
No.
but I don't know how to begin. I feel
Well,
like
like
the
a
first
kid-
step for me beginning would be actually taking them into my own home, but my house is tiny.
Tiny house.
My tiny home. I can't have more animals here. I already have Erba and she's old.
Yeah.
But
Well,
that's what I would do with my 100 mil. I just want to do that.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah,
Because I love
sure.
animals, just no spiders nor snakes are welcome.
Snakes are creepy.
You can take them
Oh,
somewhere else. Take them to Petco.
Max saw a snake today. I was watching a video about anacondas and
Uh-huh.
how they don't actually want to eat you. They just want to basically kill you.
Yep.
They don't want to eat you. They just want to kill you.
They can.
But like he saw the snake. He's like, oh no, poop, poop,
Poop.
I'm like, that's not poop. That's a
Boy.
snake.
He's like, damn, that poop moving quick.
He's like, poop. I'm like, no, it's not poop.
That ain't shit, boy. But yeah, that's what I would do with the 100 mil is open up a nonprofit for dogs and cats and anything really. Because I love all animals. I've had basically. I have a dog. I have 2 cats. I've had 2 birds. I've hamsters. I've had
Fish.
lizards, fish. I'm not good at the fish, so I'm gonna have to hire somebody to take care of that. But yeah, that's what I would do, and just buy houses for my friends if they couldn't afford it, or pay. I would like to pay off a couple of my friends' college tuitions, honestly.
Oh yeah.
Like I'd probably do that first. Like my friend Keith, my friend Morgan, not Morgan, but she got people paying for that. Financial aids and shit. Like I would just help my friends get through school.
Yeah.
Because like if I have the money to do it, I'm gonna continuously make
If you want
millions.
that
Then yeah,
education,
I'm gonna pay off my friends' fucking student loans
I'm
and shit.
working my way through college on the pole.
Well, guess what? Now you don't have to. And first of all, you were
Oh.
doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Let me show you how it's done.
That's not how you straddle that pole.
Truly. But anyway, guys, that's it for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you leave us a 5-star review on Google Podcasts. You can stream on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcast, Overcast, iTunes, Apple Music, like everything.
Jesus.
Be sure to follow Megan's Instagram,
Wait, why am I
Snapchat.
waving?
Yeah, she's waving. Nobody can see you. I have thought about like recording this because I see a lot of YouTubers. They will record their podcast and post
Actually, I was about to say that. When we were talking about the YouTube,
Mhm.
we should do that.
I think we'll start.
We should do like a one night, do like a onesie,
Mhm.
a onesie night.
Where we wear onesies.
Yeah, where we wear onesies. We videotape our podcast, and I think it'll be cool.
Next week. We'll do that next week.
Okay.
All right, so stay tuned for next week because you'll have. Well, here's the thing. We'll do the podcast on the recording because I record on my phone. So, and then like the last 15 minutes will be for audio only.
Okay.
So that way, like, thing is do I know how to? I can edit it. It's fine. It's fine. I can do it. I can do it.
Make me sound like Darth Vader.
I can't do that, but I can edit the huge gap that we will take by getting the phone off the ring light and all that shit. But yeah, follow Megan, follow me, pre-order Lightning, and look for my new bop.
The new bop.
My new bop coming. I just don't know when because I have to do promos.
It's gonna
and
be a banger.
let's hope. Well, it's a mix between a slower song and an upbeat song, but he's like, I see where you're going at. So I'm like, it might be a banger. Who knows?
It's gonna be a banger.
My first time doing it like professionally, so we'll see. But anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for listening, and leave us topics. We'll literally talk about anything. Anything you want us to talk about, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
So I'm Lightning and Megan, and we will see you guys soon.
Bye.